Hi, Tanya. Hi, Alexa.
Kenny, this is my daughter, Alexis.
Hi, Alexis.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, here. What's this?
We were supposed to be splitting the water. I paid last night.
I'm going to explain it to you again.
Explain it to me again, because apparently I'm real slow.
Just real quick, do you have anything that Jackie could do in your office?
You know what's best if we walk outside so I can show you?
Well, let's just finish talking here first, then we can go out there.
All right, don't you remember we got this? You paid the water, I paid electric.
No, it was, Kelly was here, Sue was here, Herb was here.
All right, then
we
we
were
change
splitting the water. You charged me $100 for the whole summer.
Who's paying for these bathrooms to go out into the septic field out there?
I don't know. I bought the property as is. That's not my problem. You shouldn't have sold it like that, right? I don't think it's legal to sell a commercial property when you don't sell rights to water and sewage.
That's not what I'm saying. You have rights to it.
No, but it should be self-contained. That's what I bought. It was a self-contained company with my own water.
I'm not here to argue. I'm trying to do you a favor.
No, you're not trying to do me any favor, Kenny. You're not trying to do me any favor.
When I leave here at night, you want me to turn the water off and turn the electric off and you can't use your bathroom?
Try that.
Try it.
Try that.
Well, I'm just telling you.
Well, I'm just telling you, you better put a water meter in over there. You call the water company and you put a water meter.
Right, what are we going to do for the electric, for the pumps?
She hasn't added anything to your sewage. You've been paying for that sewage to be put out for over 4 years.
Not for this building.
Sure you have.
No, Jim Holman paid for this building. That's why we split everything.
Well, there was no agreement. She has no agreement with you. She has none.
That's
Zero.
fine.
Nada.
That's fine.
That is fine.
And when I leave at night, I'll turn the sewer
We'll
off.
just bring the assessor in and we'll have him take a look at this
I talked to the
thing.
assessor yesterday.
Too bad. I talked to him today.
Okay, fine. What did he say?
Said you got a problem.
I have a problem?
You have a problem.
Let's leave it like that.
Okay.
All right, when your thing's off at nighttime, don't blame me.
Well, Kenny, I've done nothing
I'm
but
trying
buy
to be
a
nice about
property.
this.
This was a fraudulent sale, and you are a participant in the fraudulent sale.
This guy bought this property 7 years ago.
I don't care.
Right, I bought it a year ago, Kenny.
Then your guy should have told you.
Will you quit talking over top of me? Because that's when you and I get into a problem, is when I get disrespected. I don't disrespect you, you disrespect me, then I get upset, then you get mad that I get upset.
Well, let's stop
So, here it is. I wouldn't have bought this if anyone would have disclosed to me that I had no water meter, no private sewage, that my fence was going to have to be moved. I wouldn't have bought it. That's not my problem. When you sold it originally, Kenny, you know, you should have made sure when you sold it, it was self-contained. A water meter, whatever you needed to do to sell it. That has nothing to do with me. Kenny, if you buy a house next door to me, and a month later I knock on your door and say, hey, I'm next door neighbor, you owe me for all your water and sewage.
Gail, if I was, let's say I'm not here, my building's gone. You're here all by yourself. Who's going to pay for them pumps out there?
Well,
you
I should have had my own
sewage
sewage.
to pump the water.
Right. You should have thought of that when you were
I
going to
didn't
sell
have nothing
this.
to do with that.
Well, you built this place. How could you not have anything to do with it?
Your title company should have told you all this about the fence being on somebody else's
Yeah, they've already
property.
admitted they're wrong. They're going to be sued. They know they're wrong.
Okay.
But they're going to come back to you.
See, and I didn't, the thing about this is, they can go back to me. They can do whatever they want to do to me. The only reason I found out your fence was on my property is because I had to get another loan, and they had to do a new survey. Now,
But I have a survey from 2006 that was accepted that shows it is mine.
Let me show you your survey.
You know, you're needling me,
Right, here's
Kenny.
your property.
I'm not leaving.
Right here's your survey.
I've got my survey right here.
Then put
There's
it-
my survey.
All right. Does it show this?
What year did you get that done?
We just got it, because I had to get a new loan, so I had to get a new survey.
What month was that done?
I don't know. You can look on here. So this is your property right here. Is this correct?
Mm-hmm.
And you own half of the center, and I own the other half? And that's why me and Holman, we split the sign. See, now you got a sign on my property down there. I let you put it up there. I didn't, no arguments with you. I could tell you to take it down right now. I'm not here to argue with you.
Well, no, you already tried to take all my signs down. That's when we had our first problem.
Here's your property line right here. This is what they sent me. This is what you bought. Holman bought this from me. Apparently you bought this from, I don't know who you bought it from.
Beverly.
Well, there's the fence. And then right here, the guy left me a note. Your fence is on my property. Now, my cart path was on the guy's property over there. They made me move it. It's going to cost me $4,000 to put a new cart path.
Let me ask you this. When was the fence put up?
The fence was probably put up 2 years after I was over there, probably 5 years ago.
Well, the place, I've owned it a year and it was empty for 4 years, so that's 5. It had to have been longer than that. It was empty 3.5, I've owned it 1.
And Holman probably didn't even get a permit to put it up, which is a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
And now when you get the assessor involved, then they're going to say, well, this fence needs to be assessed, this needs to be assessed.
That's right.
And I know it's going to happen. That's why I'm trying to get everything settled with you guys.
Well, here's my thing. It should be
I have
real
no
simple.
argument with you.
The place was empty for 3.5 years. You should be able to bring me a water bill when I was closed and show me what you paid, and that should be the difference. As far as the sewage, I didn't build this. I didn't sell it. I got nothing to do
You
with
do
it.
200 dinners a night in here, you say. You got to wash them dishes. I'm not doing that over there.
Right, but if I see what
And
you
all
were
that water is
paid,
going-
Kenny,
What?
what you paid before when I was closed, and the difference between that and what the bill is now is what I should pay.
And what about the electric to run the pumps?
That is not
I'm
my,
paying for?
I know nothing about that.
Well, I
That
don't-
was not disclosed to me. I never knew anything about it,
Listen,
Kenny.
man, I don't want to do that. We're going to end up with lawyers, and that's the stupidest thing in the world.
I know.
We're just gonna
Here's what I
recruit
want.
Each other.
You use my road, which is fine. We use each other's parking, which we agreed to.
Right,
That's fine.
right,
I don't care
right.
about that. But every time we make an agreement, Kenny, I don't want it changed. I want to be left alone is what I want. Let me explain that to you. When you sat down here, Kelly was here. We can go get Sue if you need to. I can call my husband in. He's on his way. You said, we're going to split the water. Is that okay? And I said, absolutely.
No, I did not
I
say
said,
that.
Kelly,
Yeah, it was.
No, I didn't say that.
and
because
I
it's never
said,
been
bring
that
me a
way.
bill, and then 2 months later, I get a letter from
No,
Sarkeesian.
I said you are going to pay
That's
the
right.
water. I'm going to pay the electric.
Kenny, do I look like I'm retarded? I would have never agreed to pay your water. Why would I pay your water?
Why am I paying your electric to let this shit go out?
Because you sold it like that.
I sold what like what?
The property.
I didn't sell
You should have. You sold
And-
it with no
And
sewage.
the agreement was that Jim pays for the water and I pay for the electricity.
Do I look like my name's Jim? That's what I'm trying to tell you, Kenny.
Then you-
This
But
is all
that was a
news.
verbal. That must
I
have been a
agreed with
verbal.
you. I agreed with
You
you.
better
I
get
said
some. You better get some of your title company.
this place has been closed for 4 years. That road is